wasn't built in a day. Our earth wasn't built in a day. So your health can't be built in a day either. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about the 7 pillars of true health, true holistic health, because as far as I can tell, that's actually the only way.
This is the way.
And that's actually the only path and the only journey to health, is by taking everything into account, the whole nature of our reality. But you can't do it all at once. So if you guys want to know the building blocks and the 7 most important factors, or the 7 pillars of true health that will serve as the building blocks, tune in now. Let's get to the video. Welcome back to the Jared and James channel. I'm Jared Weiss, and if you guys didn't know, that must mean that you're not subscribed to the channel, so you know what to do. Smash the subscribe button, be sure to leave a like, drop a comment, let me know what you guys think of this video. Follow me on every platform. I post regularly everywhere, so check me out wherever you guys listen to content. I'm there. So now, the other day, I was actually looking online, and this one article caught my attention talking about the 7 pillars of holistic health, and I found it very interesting. I skimmed through the article, but then I actually thought about turning this into my own video idea, and I wanted to put my own spin on it and give my own take on each point. These pillars are mindset, laughter, food and water, detoxing/cleansing, mindfulness meditation, time to do nothing, sunshine in nature, and movement. So let's dive right into this. First off, mindset is the starting place of everything. Every good idea is going to start in the mind. Every good action starts in the mind. It all starts as a belief, and then you turn it into action, and then you end up with manifestation, and then you see those dreams coming to reality. And the same thing goes when it comes to our health. We have to believe that we can heal. We have to believe in the powers of our bodies and the powers of our mind to see ourselves as our healthiest version before we could ever get there, and before we even start implementing the actions that are going to take us there. And truthfully, if you aren't in the right frame of mind, you're never going to accomplish anything. Your mindset has to be rock solid. It has to be benefiting you. It can't be taking you further away from your goals. It can't be this negative Nancy. You can't be saying to yourself, oh, I'll never get better. Oh, I'm never going to be healthy.
The absolute worst. The worst, Jared.
People like me are too lazy. People like me aren't meant to do that. Get rid of that mindset. Scrub that. Start implementing stronger programming. Get rid of all that destructive programming that, like, the whole school system tries to present to you, that the whole mainstream media wants you to have, how they want you to see yourselves as this weak, fearful person who can't do anything on their own, who can't take care of themselves on their own, who can't cook for themselves, who can't do things that are actually going to benefit their health without the pharmaceutical industry.
America is brought to you by Pfizer.
CBS Health Watch, sponsored by Pfizer.
All we need, truthfully, is the powers of our own bodies and the powers of nature, and with that, we can achieve any form of healing possible if we give it enough time. We can't be thinking to ourselves, oh, healing isn't meant for me, I'm not good enough, or I'm not strong enough. You are. We're all divine beings, which means we were all created by God, which means our bodies are all perfect, and if we could get them back aligned with nature, we could be our healthiest selves, and we can achieve true healing once again. I can do all things. Nothing is impossible. Impossible is nothing.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible!
Number 2, laughter. So, one of my grandmas was actually saying to me the other day that she believes that laughter is actually the key to life.
Good one, Patrick.
And the best medicine, and in a lot of ways, I'd actually have to agree with her. When you're with your best friend or family member, and you just can't stop laughing, which happens to me all the time. I'm actually the type of person who's always been one to laugh while I'm telling a story. I'm the one who's gonna laugh at my own jokes, and people often make fun of me for that. But hey, as I always tell them, laughter is the best medicine, and so if I could laugh at myself, then I must be doing pretty well. And speaking of this, one time when I was working at the day camp as a counselor, which I've spoken about on here in the past, I think I actually laughed for almost an hour straight one day.
Put your fans together for...
I can't go into these specifics as to what that story was. Some of my former campers who watch my videos are gonna know what I'm talking about, and to be honest, this actually happened multiple times at camp, and sometimes my knees even buckled and I had to go to the ground because I was laughing so hard. But this could be watching funny TV shows.
Maybe you don't have to be so funny. I mean, would it kill you not to be so funny all the time?
George, is this funny?
It's funny.
Yes, I know I'm always talking about how horrible the TV is and how horrible all this programming is, but if we do find a good, high quality, funny TV show while being aware of all the programming that goes into every Hollywood production, then I think it's safe to say that we can enjoy these things and we can empower ourselves over this stuff as long as we know what's going on. This could be watching funny YouTube videos, this could be watching me and RJ talk about funny conspiracies, or any of mine, James and Ethan's videos where we have our own awesome humor. This could be watching comedians. This could be being with that one friend who we know whenever we're with them, we're gonna have at least one of those belly laughs, and so we know that at least one of those stories is gonna get you to not be able to control your laughter. That's medicine, and that's definitely one of the pillars of a healthy life. Going along these same lines though, I think it's also important to allow ourselves to be sad when we are as well. Because when we're in the presence of people who are comfortable enough to let out all of our emotions, show these people our good side, our bad side, our ugly side, we can then use these as a release.
Sadness, it's up to you. Me? Sadness? Riley needs you.
Because unfortunately, as much as I wish we could always be happy, and for those of you who watch my video talking about how generally speaking I am a very happy guy, but being someone who feels the highest of highs, I've also felt the lowest of lows. I've dealt with depression and anxiety at different times in my life, and often what gets me through it is actually feeling it, because you have to feel in order to heal. So like, you don't want to be denying yourself of these emotions. You actually have to feel them fully. You have to let them out. You have to express them however your body needs to, because this is going to lead to making sure that those emotions don't get trapped in your body. As I spoke about with Chance Garden, you actually have to feel them, let them out, and find people who you're comfortable enough with to be your true full selves with. And if you find these people, they're definitely going to appreciate you for showing your true side, and they'll be glad you did it. And going along these same lines, I would actually add one more thing, which is that having one or two incredible friends, and anything beyond that is actually a bonus as far as I see it, but friendships, relationships, family members, an incredible support system can get you through anything. And so having that support system for when you're struggling, knowing that you have people who you could always lean on, come to during your hardest of moments, I think that's also definitely one of the key pillars for me in my healing process and in my health journey. Next up, number 3, we have water and food. I actually combine these two. But first off, when it comes to the water needs to be clean. It can't be contaminated.
It's disgusting. All kinds of microscopic parasites and organisms.
Structured water with minerals is always going to be best. Water that heals, the kinds of water that the healthiest human cultures have all consumed, shares a number of specific characteristics. To reiterate, healthy water is free of all toxins and contains the full complement of minerals, and it is structured through subjection to a constant vortex motion. As a result of this constant vortex motion, the water is oxygenated. Finally, the water is finished through its exposure to nature sounds and frequencies all along its path. You could add some high quality sea salt, you could add some fulvic acid, you could be drinking coconut water, which is my favorite drink on earth, as most of you guys know by now. And taking this one step further, this is like also about hydration in general. So this can mean kefir, bone broth, any of my favorite drinks, which I mentioned fully in my video on hydration, which I would highly recommend all you guys watching, because plain water doesn't hydrate. Bottled water, which is in plastic, contains forever chemicals, or PFAS, and phytoestrogens, which are going to leach into our water. And also tap water these days is full of pharmaceuticals, it's full of birth control, it's full of all these toxins that we don't want in our bodies. Also, taking this one step further into the spiritual realm, as Masaru Emoto talks about in his book, and as Dr. Tom Cowan often talks about as well, our water may even contain what's known as our soul, and it may even hold memories. We can speak to water and we can change the crystal structure of water, thereby making it healthier, better stuff for you, structuring it, putting love back into it. So water is amazing stuff if we treat it right and if we understand what's actually going into our bodies. And same thing when it comes to food. So food, we want to be focusing on nutrient density, we want to be focusing on eating unprocessed foods, we want to be focused on preparing our own food, taking part in our own healing process, because this is going to show ourselves, this is going to show our minds that we care enough to take the time when it comes to the actual building blocks that we're putting into our bodies. And so once again, this should be organic as often as possible. This should be high quality animal fats, high quality plant foods prepared the right way, as I see it. But like, more importantly, this is about listening to your own body, listening to what's best for you, trying to find what gives you the most energy, trying to focus on what foods make you happy, which ones mess with your gut health. I've spoken about this in detail in numerous other videos, so I don't want to get too carried away in this. But like, as you guys know, I'm a big believer in Weston A. Price's principles. Victor Cazzetto and I spoke about this during some of our podcasts, but hydration and food are definitely a massive pillar when it comes to rebuilding our bodies back the right way and when it comes to our overall health. Next up, number 4, we have detoxing and cleansing. I honestly can't stress this enough and how important this has been on my own health journey and my own healing journey from all my life-threatening health issues. This idea definitely needs its own solo video, which I will most likely be making at some point. But in this day and age, with the amount of toxins that we're all being bombarded with, whether it be through our air, whether it be getting sprayed on us, whether it be pesticides, herbicides, glyphosate, whether it be heavy metals, whether it be the tap water, whether it be toxic news, whether it be toxic friends, whether it be toxic medications as I was exposed to, which led to all my crazy health issues. Antibiotics. Our bodies, so many of us have been overburdened by these toxins and by all these toxic inputs, and these are all a massive stressor on our liver. These are a massive stressor on all of our detoxing organs. So if you aren't helping your body to eliminate these things out of it, you almost have to think of it as like this clogged drain. It's going to get backed up. There's going to be all this crap that goes back up into your intestines. There's going to be all these heavy metals that end up sticking to the walls. There's going to be heavy metals going to your brain.
Oh, hell no.
And I believe that toxicity, generally speaking, is the number one cause of all health issues. And these have definitely been the major cause of my own health issues. I mean, generally speaking, it's toxicity, malnutrition, and poor emotional health. Those are basically the 3 main causes of health issues. But for me, prior to doing any type of detoxing, whether it was the baths, whether it was the heavy metal detoxing I've been doing, whether it's the changing of my friend groups, changing up of what I watch on TV, whether it was changing up my water, changing up my hydration, getting rid of all processed foods, the castor oil packs, the baths, the zeolite, enemas also, etc, etc. I'm gonna make a whole video on this at some point, I believe. But prior to doing any of this, I was making zero progress, even though I was taking care of basically all the areas of my health. So the sicker you are, the more detoxing you're gonna have to do. You guys don't even want to know what kind of stuff has been coming out these past few years and how much time I've had to spend in the bathroom.
Sorry, Squidward, I couldn't wait any longer. I gotta use your toilet. No questions. Woo!
I know that's probably a little bit TMI, but it is the truth. And even though I'm not fully better yet, even though my current healing journey isn't complete, I've made so much progress, and detoxing has been probably the most important factor for me, especially because I was already taking care of all the other aspects of my health. And getting all this toxic pharmaceutical stuff out of my body from back in 2014 has definitely been essential. It's allowed me to open up all my drainage pathways. It's allowed me to reincorporate so many more foods back into my diet because I was dealing with plenty of food intolerances. It's improved my emotional health. I can't say enough good things about detoxing. But like, you also have to be smart. You have to do your research. You have to work with a practitioner who really knows what they're doing. But yes, I could probably do a whole video talking about the importance of detoxification and how to do it the right way for you. Next up, number 5, we have meditation. In this world of information overload, we need time to allow things to slow down.
What does a yellow light mean? Slow down.
And to listen to our inner voice and be at one and at peace with our thoughts. This is where meditation comes in. This has been an essential daily practice for me for the past several years now. And some of the most important aspects of meditation are that it's not about controlling your mind and it's not about pushing away thoughts. It's about being able to sit with them, be with them, make peace with them, try to see what your mind and what your life as a whole is trying to teach you. Allow everything to be as is, acceptance, and this will inevitably lead to more peace. It's not easy at first, just sitting there, allowing time to pass.
Cool, awesome, thank you. That was great. I'll see you guys later.
But this is going to actually allow you to be more productive, and it's going to allow you to achieve more of your goals, which is why some of the most brilliant minds and some of the most successful people out there can't go a day without meditating. Which actually leads me into number 6, which is also tied into meditation, but like it also can be interpreted slightly differently. And this is going to be making time to do nothing. So this doesn't have to be meditation. It could be a walk in nature. It could just be walking around your own house, taking a break from everything, work-wise, seeing where your mind mind and body takes you, allowing the universe to flow through you, because doing this will calm down your nervous system, especially because when our nervous systems are always in this fight or flight state, we can't be focused on healing. So that's why it's so important to make time for peace, for calm, for quiet, for rest and digest. This idea of always needing to be busy, to always be doing something, isn't actually natural. It's not the way that humans were designed to be. And I often have to remind myself of this, actually, that in order to be more productive, sometimes allowing my mind to roam free without any responsibility for even just a few minutes every day is going to benefit me in the long run, and it's going to allow my mind to make peace with whatever's going on that day. It's going to allow my body to focus on resting and digesting, and it's going to allow me to be more present when I'm with others, and it's going to show me that I'm prioritizing myself and my own mental health. Because if you can't take just a few minutes for yourself every day, then how is your body ever going to be able to heal that way? If you're always constantly running from place to place, if you're always needing to be busy, if you're always needing to be doing something else, if you're always needing to be somewhere but here, then you're never going to be your most productive self, and this is never going to be the healthiest way for you to be.
Ever since nursery school, every single waking moment of every single day has been scheduled. So what do I want to do? Nothing.
Health, nature, all starts with inner peace.
Inner peace.
Calm body, calm mind, and vice versa. Sound body, sound mind. I'm sure you guys have all heard that before, and there's a lot of truth to it. Next up, number 7? Wait, let me see. 7 or 8. You guys will be able to see the number on the screen. We have sunshine and nature. This is also going to mean getting grounded and allowing yourself to unload the positive charge stress particles from your body onto the earth, and to absorb all the great healing electrons from the earth, which are unlimited and which are here for us. But what's been happening in our modern world, we've been going indoors more and more. We've been in our cubicles more and more. We've been sitting in front of TVs, sitting in front of screens, and we're all obviously guilty of this to some extent. And it doesn't mean that doing this is all bad, but we do need to make time to get outside, to get back in nature, which is where humanity is naturally supposed to be, at least for periods during the day. Even just walking in nature, letting the sounds come in, and also the energy from the sun is healing as well. As Victor often talks about, this idea of forest bathing actually gives your body probiotics, which is really interesting stuff. Very fascinating. The light from the sun first thing in the morning is essential for our eyes. It's essential for our circadian rhythms. It's also going to allow us to have healthy skin. It's going to balance our hormonal health. We were not meant to be sitting in an office or to be sitting in school for 8-9 hours a day and then coming home after playing a sport and sitting for another 3 hours to do our homework, or more, as it used to be for me back in high school. We were not meant to be sitting in front of screens all day. So make time, even if it's just 20 to 30 minutes every day, to get outside, go for a walk, take a hike.
Do you want to take a hike with me?
Yeah.
Play a sport outside, hang out with a friend, do grounding daily if you can. Even just a few minutes is very healing, and it's going to be better than the person who stays inside all day and who doesn't get any light exposure.
About the joy of staying indoors.
Because without that light exposure, our energy levels will be down, our hormones are going to change, our eyes won't get those benefits, our skin won't be able to absorb the vitamin D. And the sun is also like so much more than just vitamin D. The sun is actually essential for all living things. And so don't deny yourself the amazing pleasure of living in God's world and getting outside in the sun, in nature, walking on the grass, because this has also been essential in my own healing process and in my own health journey. It's actually the best way to start my day. And lastly, this is either number 8 or 9. I don't remember how many of these I actually ends up doing, even though the title of this video is the 7 pillars of true health, because that was what the article was called, but I also added my own spin on it. So anyways, last and finally, movement is essential for true health. Movement is medicine. Once again, our bodies were not meant to be stationary all day. We were not meant to be sedentary, even though our whole culture, our whole society has been becoming more sedentary for years now. And we've also been working more hours than ever in human history, I'm sure. Our bodies are meant to be moving. So even if this just means getting up for 10 minutes every few hours, or every hour to go for a walk, to walk around your office, to get outside. This is obviously harder for some of my younger followers who are in school. I feel for you guys. Play sports, work out, pump iron, because if you don't move your muscles, you're going to lose them. You're going to lose the ability to use them. If you don't use them, you lose them, which is why so many people can't walk or can't bounce in their older age.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
It's not because of age, and it's not because of bad genetics. It's because if you're not actually working your muscles, what reason do they have to keep working for you? If you don't make time for your health, you're going to be forced to make time for your illness. So treat your body right. Let me know if I missed any pillars of health. I could probably think of 2 or 3 more that like I actually didn't get a chance to mention in this video. But make sure to be taking as many of these into your own lives, into your own health journeys, into your own healing journeys, and watch as things improve, watch as things get better for you. Also, another major one, coconut water deserves its own health pillar. This is the key to life. This is the magic elixir. And also, like, I actually recently found out that like I actually got James's brother to start drinking it. So get on it if you haven't already. Remember also, it takes time for any new habits to start providing you with benefits. So don't expect any of these things to just like happen overnight. As I'm always saying, there's no magic pill to health, there's no magic pill to healing, and if anyone tries to give you one, chances are they're scamming you. There are some incredible tools out there to help you on your healing journeys and to become your healthiest selves. But nothing worth having is going to come overnight. Nothing worth having comes easy. So take your time with this. Maybe even start by just incorporating 1 or 2 new habits into your lives on a daily basis. And give it at least 3 months. And watch this thing start to change. Watch you start to feel better, have more energy. All this stuff does pay off. It just takes time. Anyways, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Be sure to drop a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think of this video. Let me know how many of these pillars you're prioritizing in your own lives. Let me know if I missed anything. Let me know what struggles you guys have when it comes to incorporating these ideas, and let's keep healing together. Let's keep growing together. Let's all become our healthiest, most vibrant, most amazing selves yet. Let's take back control of our lives, of our health, starting with these pillars. Love you guys. Catch you in the next video. Peace.